quote from Elon Musk's biography written by Ashley Vance. Good ideas are always crazy until they're not. Hi, I'm Dan Brogan. I'm currently studying mechanical engineering and robotics. I'm the president of the URI Mechanical Engineering Society and URI Astroneering. In these clubs, I enjoy educating myself and others about topics that are recent in engineering, which is why I read Elon Musk's biography. I highly suggest this book. So, raise your hand if you use transportation. Okay, everyone. Raise your hand if you wouldn't mind having more time. Okay, if you rose your hand, you're directly affected by the contents of this speech. I'd like to talk to you today about why humans need more efficient transportation to become a more productive species, and how Elon Musk has provided opportunities for his community, both professionals and college students alike, to contribute to the advancement of transportation technology. Let's see what our future has in store for us. According to the Wall Street Journal, Pastor says, quote, "Over the years, SpaceX officials have maintained that enhanced rocket reusability, conceived with the goal of eventually paving the way for flights several times a week or even several times a day. SpaceX is turning space into a haven of productivity. Imagine how much research we could bring from getting multiple manned missions and multiple satellites to space every day. That would be fantastic." Now at a ground level, I live 1 hour away from campus. If I were to transport myself 5 times a week, that's 10 hours. Now, with numbers from Human Ecology magazine, I would be able to cut that transit time by a factor of 10. So I would save 9 more hours a week with Hyperloop technology. Hyperloop is a magnetic levitation train system that travels at high speeds in a vacuum chamber. And if I would save 9 hours a week, then imagine every American saving 9 hours every week, how much more productive we would be. So I'd like to introduce you to Elon Musk, because he's the main influence in the transportation efficiency sector. Elon Musk is South African. He came to Canada and he attended Queen's University for 2 years before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, from which he obtained a bachelor's in physics and economics, both of those degrees greatly attributed to his success as an entrepreneur. He also attended Stanford University for a PhD in applied physics. However, he dropped out after 2 days to start a company called Zip2, a global mapping software company with his brother Kimball. He then sold Zip2, started PayPal, sold PayPal, acquired Tesla, started SpaceX, Neuralink, and the Boring Company. One man in all of these companies. He's provided a substantial amount of jobs for his community, which is a very high form of civic engagement. Next, I'd like to explain to you how the employees at SpaceX and the college students in the Hyperloop pod competition are contributing to the advancement of transportation efficiency. Elon's companies promote change by improving technology and making it more accessible for everyone. According to the Journal of Economic Perspectives, Elon Musk says, quote, "If one can figure out how to effectively reuse rockets just like airplanes, the cost of access to space will be reduced by as much as a factor of 100. That really is the fundamental breakthrough needed to revolutionize access to space," end quote. SpaceX has now become the first space company in the world to effectively reuse and re-land their launch vehicles. As you can see, those are 2 lower stages using a propulsion technique to land on the launch pad so they can be reused for future missions. They've also launched 19 rockets in 2018 alone. This very high launch frequency significantly reduces cost to orbit. According to the Wall Street Journal, Pastor says, quote, "By slashing launch costs for individual customers and repeatedly recycling the main engines and the rest of the lower stage, Mr. Musk and his team seek to make it significantly easier for entrepreneurs, space startups, academic researchers, and student groups to get spacecraft beyond Earth's atmosphere. Elon's goal here is really to pave the way for other companies and people interested in space by producing a low-cost transit system to space. He doesn't want to put other companies out of business. In fact, he wants to make it easier for everyone so that we can advance our technology faster. Both Tesla and SpaceX introduced the Hyperloop pod competition for college students to compete in. These colorful pictures on the bottom represent finite element analysis simulations from the Purdue team's contribution to the Hyperloop pod competition. Finite element analysis is a computerized way to solve problems in engineering, which requires a fundamental understanding of your design requirements and the environmental factors that are opposing your design. So as you can see, these are only a few examples from their article that demonstrate how intense this project is. And this is how they contribute to society and the advancement of transportation. Hyperloop would greatly reduce transit times and decongest highways. So even if you're not on a Hyperloop, you could drive on the highway, and now there are less cars there. So you would have a much easier time getting to your destination. As John Craig states in his Hyperloop article, quote, "Imagine traveling between New York City and Washington, D.C. in 30 minutes instead of 5 hours. That's a 4.5 hour savings in one-way trip. That's so much time. You could be very productive with 4.5 hours in just a one-way trip." So as I've shown, Elon Musk provides opportunities for his community, both professionals and college students alike, to contribute to transportation efficiency. And they make technology better and more accessible for everyone. Because the faster we can physically travel, the more time we save, and the more productive we will be as a species. I'd like to end with a quote from Ashley Vance, who wrote this book. "To the extent that the world still doubts Elon, I think it's a reflection on the insanity of the world and not the supposed insanity of Elon." Thank you.